Right then, hello folks, welcome to the Home Park View. My name's Alan Kelly, as I hopefully you know by now. And I want to welcome our regular speaker here is Craig from Green Fever. Right, Craig, how you doing, man?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Alan. How are you?
So it's nice to be back and some football
Definitely.
going on and some chat going on. It's been a while, hasn't it? So we'll start first of all with the Huddersfield home game. Did you go to that one?
Yes, yeah, I thought it was an interesting game. I thought on the balance of play, I think Argyle deserved to win. Obviously, 3-1 victory, but you got to give Huddersfield their credit. They did put a lot of crosses into the box, make it difficult for us. Jonathan Hogg, when he came on, he helped run Huddersfield midfield, and then we lightly counter-attacked them, made the most of the opportunities with great goals from Bali Mumba and obviously Ryan Hardy to get the job done on the 3-1 win. So
Yeah,
very
I mean,
happy with
I
that.
was at that game as well. I thought it was really good, nice.
Yeah.
They look well drilled. I mean, I was a bit worried after the friendly against Swindon.
Mm.
They seem to. I watched that game, and they seem to just go hell for leather, and not worry about the defense, just like attack, and then got caught out twice by just balls over the top. So he'd obviously worked on them during the week, and so they seemed very prepared on Saturday. I must have. I was really impressed with them that their slick playing was back. They're sort of
First to everything. Yeah, first to
they
every
knew
ball.
and they knew when to go. And I think they surprised Huddersfield. I honestly do. But you're right, though. They just sort of set
Yeah.
back at sort of the end of the first half and the beginning of the first half. They didn't
Let
sort of,
Huddersfield have the ball. Yeah, just let them have the
yeah,
ball and
they
then
let
counter
they
attack
let them.
onto him. Yeah,
Yeah, let them come on to them all a bit, which was a bit scary at parts. But then once they got going, I mean, they were great. The first half of the first half with Plymouth
I thought
Argyle, and then the second half of the second half was Plymouth Argyle. Absolutely
I
stunning.
thought the wing backs were especially special mention to Kesler Hayden, Joe Edwards, Morgan Whittaker, and Barley Mumba. Everything was going through Morgan Whittaker and going through Barley Mumba. I thought they were absolutely superb.
They were outstanding.
Credit to them. Yeah,
And the
brilliant.
two goals in the second half, I mean,
Well, they were
the
beautiful, weren't they?
Barley, I sold my car to Barley Mumba. Sorry. They're just going straight through the middle, taking on a few defenders and banging. So it looked to me like where I was sitting in the
Yeah,
left-hand corner. And then who was the other guy afterwards? I can't remember. His name escapes me now.
Ryan Hardy.
Ryan Hardy, yeah. Exactly the same. Took on defenders, whizzed it through, and then bang straight in. Oh, well, they were
We could
just
have had
beautiful
we,
goals.
we could have had a fourth if Finn Azaz put it in for Ben Wayne. We could have, if he had a better ball, we could have been on for four. But unfortunately,
Yeah.
it was good defending. Yeah,
And for first game back in the championship, so it was a
that's
stunning
so
win.
bad. Yeah,
Absolutely, I mean, everybody went home happy. A few beers after that. I don't know about yourself, but yeah, it was absolutely stunning. What a win! What a win!
yeah, definitely.
So then we go on to what was the Carabao Cup game with Layton Orient. So like I said earlier, so I must confess. I don't know why I'm not quite up for these sort of Carabao Cups because of the letdown of last season, the Wembley final and all that
Mm.
kind of stuff. So I kind of want Plymouth concentrate to stay on the league. Don't get me wrong. I want if they do well and go great. But I really want them to sort of concentrate on the league and make sure they stay there and finish as high as possible. So the Carabao
What?
Cup to me is just a bit of a distraction.
What?
But you went though, didn't you? So
Yeah, I went yesterday. I thought, in respect to what you're saying, I do agree with you. The league is obviously a priority, but obviously, the further we go, the more finances we bring into the club, more TV revenue, more eyes will be on Argyle.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
thought few special mentions for yesterday. Freddie Azaka, he was absolutely superb. Ben Wayne with two goals, and especially Lewis Kundle, he was absolutely superb in that midfield. He was running it first
Yeah,
to everything, his little through balls into those little channels. Tariq
yeah.
Wright running at defenders. Oh, it was beautiful. The team, I think it was just a perfect
I
performance.
did. I must admit, I had the commentary running because you
Yeah, yeah,
had to pay for your commentary. And you didn't get to see the game. It was only audio, and for the life of me, I couldn't get a stream anywhere, which is unusual. So yeah, that's
yeah.
all I had. So I watched the highlights this morning, and yeah, Luke Cundle looks a player and a half, doesn't he? He was
Does, doesn't
threading those balls through the little gaps. Absolutely fantastic. And Ben Wayne getting a brace there, and two disallowed goals as well.
I know. I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah, we're definitely all over him.
Just
It
a bit.
looked a really good game, I gotta say. But
The only thing that was a bit of a damper on the performance was obviously Kesler Hayden going off at half time for Adam Randall. So I'm hoping that's only a precaution because
yeah,
Kesler Hayden so far in those first two games he's been absolutely superb. And
yeah,
I think when Mika Muller comes back into the team, I think Mika Muller's got a hell of a challenge on his hands if he's going to get in ahead of Kesler Hayden because he's an absolute baller. He's been absolutely superb. Kesler, he hasn't put a foot wrong so far
again,
this season.
I saw Kessler Hayden, well, last season, really. He didn't get in the first team for Aston Villa,
No,
but he played a couple of the warm ups there when they
it was
were,
brilliant.
out go abroad. Some I can't remember where they went, but yeah, he was in the team and he looked outstanding then, So
Mm.
to for Plymouth Argyle to get him, just fantastic. So I think he's an excellent player, got to say. But yeah, and Finn Azaz, they basically got the old band back together, aren't they? Let's face it, with
Yeah,
Barley Mumba in there as well. And now this Luke Cundle, I know he's not an old stalwart, but he looks like he's going to slot in lovely if he plays like he did last night. I mean, wow,
it's
that
just
was
it's just going to be interesting because if you look at it, you've got Warrington, you've got Cundall, you've got Callum Wright, you've got Butch, you've got so many players that are competing for three positions. If we stick with the 4-3-3, it's just going to be incredible. The
yeah.
squad competition is going to be insane. I think it's always
Yeah,
going to
I
be
mean, it was a
superb.
bit worrying at the end of the season. Like, what are we going to do now? Where are we going to get the players? La la la. But now it
Yeah,
seems to have assembled this rock solid team again.
squad,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's brilliant. Yeah, fair play to the Chiefs and the executive boards for getting it all done. You got a fair play for bringing like Barley Mumba and Morgan Whitaker back for club record sign transfer
yeah, and
fees.
actually buying them this time and not just on
Yeah,
loan. I mean, I know Finn Azaz is about the only one that's on loan. Well, Luke Cundle as well. Sorry, he's just come in, but yeah, that to actually buy these players. I mean, Barney
mm.
Mumba, wow, it wouldn't surprise me, if he gets sold for some serious millions later down the line because
Yeah. If he carries
he's
on having a
helling
good
them a
season,
lot.
yeah, yeah.
Wow, he's really good. So anyway, that's that game. That takes us now to Watford away on Saturday. Are you going to that?
No, unfortunately, I'm not. I could get it. I'm busy, unfortunately, but there will be a watch. I will be doing a watch on. But didn't have enough points. But luckily, I could have get one on general sale, which is good. So not a
Yeah.
lot of people exercise their right to get tickets. So hopefully, because obviously I don't have enough points.
Okay. Well, that
Lower down.
point system's a
Yeah.
bit worrying because I'm hoping to get myself a couple of away games this season.
Mm.
But yeah, but I'm just thinking you're going on about the points, but away games, things like Leicester City or Leeds, they're going to have a massive away end. So
Yeah, like
surely
Preston,
they're going to
Southampton.
allow loads of fans who want to go. You'd have thought, I
Yeah,
don't know, that's my
because they've got to give us, they've got to give us 10% of their away allocation of the stadium, haven't they? So
yeah.
yeah, it just depends, doesn't it? Obviously, the bigger stadiums, the more fans are going to be able to go because obviously there's more tickets. But if you've got the smaller away ends like Bristol City, it's not going to be a lot of chance of obviously getting tickets because obviously people
Yeah, there'll be a
going to
limit
go
on
to
those, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But hopefully, yeah, I'll get to go in spite of not having the points that you have, my 500 points, my God. But yeah, hopefully get to a couple of them. But I won't be going this Saturday, that's for sure. So away to Watford. Let's see, where are we? Watford. They beat QPR, who seem to be
Four
struggling at
nil.
4
Yeah,
0 on Saturday. So that was quite a win. That said, I think QPR are struggling. But we looked at the previous meetings, or I've looked at the previous meetings, and basically it's equal. They've Watford have won two, and Argyle have won two, and they've drawn one. So as if that's anything to go by, this should be a draw. And Watford were last in the Premier League in the 21-22 season, which
yeah,
just
yeah.
seems like last week with Roy Hodgson as their manager. So
And
yeah,
also,
it doesn't seem that long ago, was it, that they were
they were in the Premier League,
in
yeah.
the
And
big
also
time? So
they've lost players like Ishmael Lazar. He was a quality player. He was brilliant for Watford when he was there, but obviously they've lost him, which would be a massive blow.
you'd
But
say he lost it. Where did he go? Do you know where he went? Oh,
I'm not off the top of my head, no, but I know he's had a permanent move. He did leave Watford, so that'll be a massive blow. But also the striker Bio, Laruso in midfield. They've got some. Obviously, Proteus has also played for them before, so they have got a few. They've seemed to reinvested their money back into the squad, and I think they'll be up there for potentially, or not an automatic promotion, but in and around the playoffs, definitely for the Premier League if they're playing like that every week.
yeah. Well, I mean, this they're all going to be testers, let's face it, but this
Yeah,
would be an interesting test because it's the first sort of
away
away
game, yeah.
game, in the bear pit, as it were. And Watford recently just come out of the Premier League as well, kind of thing. 21-22 season. So, yeah, it should be a real tester as to where Plymouth actually are, I think. I mean, Huddersfield was great, but we were at home there. But this will be the tester. Can they do that under a pressure situation?
It's gonna be interesting to see what Steven Schumacher does. If he's still gonna stick with the 4-3-3, or is he gonna go with the three at the back? Because obviously, we could go three at the back at Watford and play for a point and then hit them on the counter attack and see what we can do. Because obviously that's what we did last season with away games to like Bolton and Ipswich and Wednesday. We got some decent results. By doing that sort of system. So I think in 4-3-3 man, I think arguably we've got good enough quality to match them player for player. But obviously, it just depends on if they play how they played last season. If they put 4-0 past QPR, what damage could they do? So we've got to be on our game.
Yeah, go on then. Let's get to predictions. What do you think this will be? What were you calling it?
What would be your team? Who would you pick? Who would you pick for?
Well, I don't know. As you say, the away game's slightly different because they've got the sort of the tails are up, they've got the crowd, and it's a bit different. So I think you might be right. There's a bit more defensive approach this time. But
I may think so.
So it's that for me that's a tough one to call. But as in terms of scores, this is if I get my teeth together. I think, you're quite right. This is going to be quite a defensive thing, and we'll catch them on the break. We've got the players to do exactly that now. Just
definitely
bring them on, and then just catch them on the off.
Attack them,
I'm saying, again, 2-1. If we come away with points here, I'll be chuffed to bits. But I'm going for a 2-1 win. Plymouth Argyle away win, right? Fingers crossed. It could easily be a draw. I mean, it's shouting draw. This is just for what they've done before. But no, let's go. Let's be positive. Let's go for a Plymouth Argyle away win.
I'm going to love to be optimistic as you, Alan. I think it's going to be difficult away from home. Obviously, it's a league step up to we were blowing teams away in League One. We could comfortably say we go there and we win. But obviously, it's a new step up. I will go with a draw. Let's say 1-1 draw. I think we get a draw. I think we'll nick a point.
I'll take a point because that's a tough away game. That's a tough one to go to. So, but I'm not. Let's go for the win. I'm sure. Sure would love that. Went to a thing on. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday last week?
I saw that. Yeah, what was that all about? Was that the?
That was just like a talk with Shu. I mean, Claire spotted it. She fancy go. Let's go and managed to get him to sign my shirt as well. And I've got a picture with him holding the cup. That's chuffed a bit. So what a lovely guy. He's so down to earth, decent. He's humble is what I want to say. He's not one of these guys that get, we got there because I'm good and I did it all.
Yeah.
He's literally saying, I don't know how I got here. We just were lucky, and everything just fell for us. And I like that about him. He's not just coming in. He's not. He could easily do that. He could just claim it all because he got him.
I've never met Shuey. It's one that I've never been able to meet him. One day, hopefully, I will. But
and I met the owner as well, Simon Hallett.
I've met him. He's lovely, isn't he? Yeah, he's lovely.
I can believe
I saw that photo.
And the shirt, and he went like that. So I'll put that for anyone else. I'll put it on here right there. They were both really, so nice, so down to earth. It was a lovely evening. The food was great. Got to say, well done, all those at Plymouth Argyle. Food was fantastic. They didn't hang about. And the interview with Steven Schumacher again. What a lovely guy. Really nice guy.
You managed to ask him some questions. Was there any questions you could ask him, or was it just the main?
I mean, there was the interview and then questions, but you had to sort of put your questions in before you went. They vetted them, if you will. You couldn't just
that makes sense.
Questions. So, because they don't want some idiot asking him stupid stuff.
No, that's fair enough.
Like me. So they were vetted questions. They were all the standard stuff. How did you feel when you got the job, and how did you feel when they actually won, and all the usual stuff. And he was so humble, really nice guy. Thoroughly enjoyed that evening, really did. And I got my shirt signed. It's a double bonus, both by Simon Hallett and Steven Schumacher. So chuffed to bits with that one. But that was good. Anyway,
brilliant.
Craig, well, I think I'm going to leave it there now. And well, there's no point putting tables and all that stuff, although we're sitting third. That's a nice little photo.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's hope we're up there at the end. But yes, we'll cut it there, folks. Thanks for all those that are watching. Really appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also pop over to Craig's channel, Green Fever, isn't it?
Yeah. Just want to say thank you for your support, Alan. It's really much appreciated. We went from 212 on Saturday, and now I'm just out looking at this now. We're at 246. So
nice.
Thank you for your incredible support. It's really much appreciated.
There you go. I mean, thanks for all those people out there that watch this, listen to us waffling on about football. Much appreciated. And hopefully, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you, I guess, after the Watford game. We'll do maybe another report into the next, which I think is Southampton. I've got tickets for that as well.
Oh, brilliant.
That's an early kickoff.
12:30 on Sky.
12:30. But I'll do a match report from the game for that one. But really appreciate it, guys. Thanks, Craig. Much appreciated.
No
Thanks for coming on. And we'll see you again at the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.
Go on, great. Bye bye.